So I will be continuing with the Pandas series. So yeah, so continuing on, here you can see that I am setting a random seed first of 101. Then I am getting a random int from 0 to 100, and the shape should be 4 to 3, and assigning it to my data variable. Okay, so once you get that, I'm making a list of some countries code, assigning it to my index, then another list assigning it to my columns of some months. Then I'm creating a pandas data frame from this particular my data. So if you check my data is it is a numpy array, two dimensional array. So if you create a data frame from a numpy array, you would see something like this. It looks very similar to that numpy array. Next I am creating a data frame from my data, which was the numpy array, as well as I am taking the my index here, which I had defined the country code. So that data frame would look something like this. If I want an info of the data frame, I can use the .info method. Now I will tell you how to read CSV files using pandas. You can use this command, or you can go directly here to the file explorer and just drag and drop your CSV. Now, once you have drag and drop, so you can just call pd.read CSV file, the pass the CSV file name, and if you print it, you will see all the data in that CSV file. If you want to know what are the columns present, you can use just df.columns. It would print all the columns in the pandas data frame. Next, you can also print the index, so it will give you the actual number of items present inside the pandas CSV file. So total there are 244, so you can see 0 to 43, so it is 244. If you want the first 5 items from the pandas from the CSV, you can use .head. If you want the last 5 items, you can use .tail. If you want the last 10 items, you can also pass 10 inside the tail method. If you want to know more info, you can use the .info class. If you want to use the if you want to calculate count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, what is the minimum, maximum, 25 percentage, 50, you can use the describe method. Then there is describe transpose. It looks very similar to describe. I think the only difference is that the rows are converted to columns and columns to rows. Then if you want a particular column, you can just write the column name. If you want two different columns, just two columns, then you can write those two columns and pass inside the data frame of pandas. If you want to calculate two different columns count, you can use something like this: df pass the column name plus df pass the column name. Next, suppose I want, so you would see you would know that tip percentage is not a column present in our panda data frame, but if you want to add one more column, you can do something like this: df pass the column name. In our case it is tip percentage equal to 100 into like whatever calculation you want to do. Tf.head gives 5 elements, again top 5 elements. If you want to modify an existing column or override an existing column, you can write the column name and assign whatever calculation you want to do. Next is, if you want, same price per person, I'm just rounding off the value so that it would take only up to 2 decimals. If you want to drop a column, you can use tip percentage as well. So here you can see that column has been dropped. Next, if you want to add one more column, you can use the column name plus df pass the column name. Next, suppose I want, so you would know that tip percentage is not a column present in our data frame, but if you want to add one more column, you can just write the column name plus df pass the column name. again tf.head gives you the first five items in that CSV. Here I'm dropping the column and then assigning it back to the data frame. So you can see that if you now whenever you do df, you won't see the tip percentage column. I'm just printing out here shape of my data frame. Again the head and the index. Suppose if you want, so set index, what it does is that if you see the payment ID is on the second column, and the first column contains all the other first row contains all the other column, but the payment ID is moved to the second row, sorry, and it somehow plots like it gives preference to the payment ID first, I guess, because if you see the payment ID was last year, but here it shows that okay, payment ID is first and shows the exact value on what you need to check. But yeah, and you can also see I'm assigning it back to df. But if I want don't want the set index in future purposes, I can just call reset index and you will get the original CSV which was present. Yeah, that's it for today's video. One thing I would like to say is that this is becoming a little boring, like though these are new concepts, but I'm finding it little boring, so I might want to do something different in data science, like just for like one or two videos, and then I will come back to this pandas videos again, just so that I can give myself enough break. Otherwise it gets a little boring. uh, and the reason I think why it is getting boring is that because I'm learning these things for the first time and I really don't know how to use them in real world, so I guess that could be the reason. But yeah, let's see what yeah, next video would be a little different. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye.